Hello everybody, this is Minigot and there we go for Otherworld. Had to think about it. Do you have any other side quests I could do? Might as well. That's a little walk. Never killed anybody. Unless you meet some murderer in the walk, but it's not the walk itself that kill you. It's the thing you encounter in your walk. Like this. Reloading. Oh, that wasn't very nice of them. Oh, people. Oh yeah, no, I stood no chance. Fine. I had a lesson, I got it. Yeah, I think I need to take the elevator for that one.
Miss Holcomb, I need you to explain this lesson. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
You Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I think you may have the wrong idea about me.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repair. I'm looking for power regulator.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
Can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
How will I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
And what if Adelaide doesn't want to come back?
That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
Alright, Rita, I see what I can do to help you.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Well, let's get going. That's for the elevator.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Fair enough.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about the deserter, so what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Did you know this Adelaide we'd mentioned?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
You can't leave it at that, while we're Reed and Adelaide arguing.
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her.
Oh, well, do you know the deserter? You work with them? You work friend or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
I'm sure the deserter are very fine people. So what?
Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, mister. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. Will you stop by?
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Yes, that way.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Not right, I take. I'm gonna do another save because I don't want... It doesn't auto-save, or maybe I disabled them. Honestly, don't know.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you around here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got?
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Parvati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power to Adela Deserter.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So, what do you think of Adela's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Depend on how well the leader can provide beyond your wall.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for.
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
And handsome Sam, you say. Tell me more.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
I believe it should be faster if we get out that way. What does it want? Religious disagreement for that one.
A friend of mine died.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need help with your murder's problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
I got some question for you if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
So what do you work for? Spacer Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
Who does Spacer Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
Never mind.
If this is a setup to a...
Thanks for your time. Okay.
Wish we had some better rations.
Just the way it goes, I suppose.
Why not? Try and level up here. Wrong button. That's a kneeling gun. Yeah, I think I need to save control. Alright, so I just need to save every now and then. Gotcha. Well, let's go for that one.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
Whew.
I'm going. Okay. On my way.
Okay, doing another save. Again, does another save, so... Or at least I'm assuming it does another save, and if I get killed, I have to go back to the entrance of town. I didn't have any other healing? Oh, right. Alright, what do I have for you then? Ah, shucks. Alright, maybe not this. I tried and I got killed. Maybe I should buy better armor. Also, this gun kinda suck. Prefer the pistol actually. I feel like it does more damage. Going to save before he saw me and everything. I tried to shoot the. Yeah, I'm not doing good.
We did it!
Phew. Make sure you got better than last time. Oh, I am. That has more armor than my entire suit. Holy moly, I'm not using something good.
Easy.
Don't really like it, but should do for now. I guess I need a workbench to make use of those things. So. Gonna make a save. Gonna look if there's a quick save button after the recording. Don't want to mess something up by accident pressing the wrong thing. Hey, level up. That's good. That's also good, but armor is good. Gonna save. I might do this for every combat we encounter this episode. Sorry in advance. Everything can be useful. Does not mean I will use any of that stuff. Oh, it's open. Alright, better get going.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm looking for Adelaide. I really don't know the pronounce her name. I need some answer.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
I'm looking for a geothermal plant. Know anything about it?
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Trouble with marauders?
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Don't worry about it, I found her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
Had a question about Zoe?
I'll tell you what I can.
Oh, well, do you know her?
Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Let's change the subject.
What is it?
Leave you be.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Excuse me.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
I'm told one of your numbers gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened on the day Zoe disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Tell me a little bit about Zoe.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
What was about that? What was that about surprising Zoe?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Was she actually strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Hold on, there was something else.
Hey, I got time.
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Everything's good in that. I don't have enough money for that one. Ooh, can I take that one? Oh. Death. What time is it? Seem about right. Oh, cool. Oh, she's no longer there. Ooh. But I take the freaking poster, and now she's there. The game can glitch. It's no biggie. Well, I got myself a poster.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide?
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just
Adelaide, okay.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace with you?
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asks you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make a man?
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I needed to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Let's say I help you. What happened to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Excuse me. You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
What's the quest now?
Anything else I can do for you?
When we first started, you assume I come to live here.
I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of mine are not as bright as they once were. Or I might have seen you for what you are.
And what's that?
Remains to be seen. Might be the man that saves the Veil. Might be Reed's personal gun hand.
Save the Veil?
People around here lack the strength to effect change. Or they have the strength, but not the will. You seem to have both.
Why are you telling me all this?
A little prattling never hurt anyone, dear. You might even catch a little sense, if you listen close enough. I can't stop you from conducting your business down at the plant. I just want you to know that if you take our power away, you will have brought an end to our way of life.
You could always continue your way of life back in town.
Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never tolerate my tending to a garden. This is my home. It will be my home even if Reed cuts our power. Simple as that.
You and Reed obviously have some sort of history.
That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. Remember that limited run of white chocolate saltuna? That was all me.
There's obviously more to it than that.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
I'm guessing Reed has his own side of that story.
I could not possibly care less if he does. But you're surely welcome to ask him.
We talked enough. We didn't talk enough.
I'm listening.
This might sound strange, but I don't know where I am.
That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are. The world can seem like a forest without end, and it is all too easy to lose one's way. But we must remember that being lost is the first step in discovering yourself.
Not the answer I was expecting, but you still cheer me up.
Glad I could help, dear. A sadness of the heart brings sickness upon the whole body. Are you not feeling well? Ought to lay your head down if you're running fever.
Just getting my bear. My pod landed not far from here.
Are you talking about an escape pod of some sort? Where did you say you were from?
I didn't say. I arrived here from Earth.
I could do without the mockery. If you don't want to tell me where you're from, that's fine by me.
You don't understand. I'm from the Ope.
Is that a new settlement of some kind? I haven't kept news from outside the Vale.
Not exactly. It's a colony ship.
Oh, you're talking about that old piece of folklore. Now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but it will distract you for a spell.
You don't believe me?
Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my folks talking about the Hope. Always believed it was just a story we told ourselves to keep our spirits up. Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around talking about lost ships from decades past.
What? Why? You haven't done anything wrong?
You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk leads to questions. Ask enough questions, and the board comes answering.
Let's just talk about something else.
I'm listening.
I should go. Okay, I think that's all I can do conversation-wise. Yeah, that was after I talked to him.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Whoa, what was that one? Oh.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'm just trying to get my ship up to the ground.
Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the ground, ain't we? Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple pointer.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You you ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
You mentioned 2 pad. What about the 3rd?
I wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the 3rd's gone, I can't say.
I'll let you know if I can find anything.
Would you? I'd be grateful.
I wanted to ask you something.
What's on your mind?
You say you pretended to be an engineer? How have you been getting away with it?
Luck, mostly. Nothing's needed serious repairing yet. Nothing's broken down that we can't just replace with something scavenged from the outskirts. Oh, I can swap out a water filter or charge up a battery and go on pretending I know what I'm doing, but the moment I'm asked to do any real engineering, I'm in trouble.
How long have you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What were you doing out in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
I should go. All right. I guess I could do that. Or maybe I should do the side quest. This one seems easy enough. Should be enough. Phew. Better save. It does get some XP, so it's worth killing them. If I do find them. I know, it's minuscule really, but anything help.
Watch out! We made it!
Yeah, I think I prefer the pistol for a simple reason that it doesn't just take all the bullet I have.
Sure.
Finally seem to find her. That was not good English. Let me retry. I cannot seem to find another run of those rats. Even though I'm here. Ooh, my first revolver. It does more damage. But it's a revolver, so fuck that. I have a soft spot for a revolver, right? Those are my favorite guns. Gotcha. Man, you were annoying. Nice, another one I can do.
Wow.
Plasma rifle? Is it good? Yeah, better than nothing. That's what I get from those. Yeah, there's still that thing up there I haven't done. I should also sell my stuff that I don't want.
What's on your mind?
Bye. I got nothing to talk to her about. Whee! So Parvati. Yeah.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Just check the house until I found it, I guess.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
I don't have any reason to take that.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something. My dad's... It's an office. Just my office.
Alright, it's in the cannery.
Oh, you like flowers? I can't find many kinds around here. If you need to go, I'll wait outside. I don't like coming out here. People on the street.
Alright, a newsroom. I gotta find it eventually, right? Yeah, no, I'm not thinking about. I'm not. Speaking is hard. Let's just look around. I gotta have to find it sometime, right? It's gotta be in there. Yeesh. Ow! I'm pretty sure my legs aren't supposed to bend this way. Unused office. I generally don't know to get in there, and it's infuriated me so much. Okay, so from what I can tell, there's only 2 offices. It's not that one. Maybe in that?
Nice.
There's a million office here. You wanna just... Let's try upstairs. Maybe it's upstairs. I don't know.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it.
I want to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
What do you think I can convince those deserters to come back?
That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
Sometimes people move on. It's the way of thing.
Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on.
Let me ask you something else.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty fixed up on bringing Adelian back to town.
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
That sounds disgusting.
Begging your pardon, Saltuna is a staple in the diet of any self-respecting spacer. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
What word is that?
You mean you don't know? Why, Monarch, of course. Spacer's Choice ran a mighty fishing enterprise on that world. As it so turns out, Saltuna do not take as readily to the waters of Terra 2. Scrawnier than their Monarch cousins. Forces us to pack our cans with additives, you see.
Again, so what are you canning here exactly?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate.
I should go. I swear if the thing is here. In the office of the boss. It's not. Fuck! Alright, let's read the memo again. A young special gun into the cannery and left into an unused office. That's outside, so fuck that. Is that an office? Does that count as an office? I mean, there's chairs everywhere, but I don't think it counts as an office. Does that count as an office? Seriously, where the fuck is it? It's had to be somewhere in here. Not doing that. The fuck did I just press? It's a query. It's nothing but I don't understand why they make that noise. Okay, to access that I would need to go from there. Did not work. Okay, but seriously, there's only 2 offices. Those are kind of big too, so. Where can it be? I don't want to look a guide. Fuck it. I'm looking at guide. I looked everywhere, couldn't find it. I tried. I already found it. I got number 2, not number 3. The last one is in the geothermal thing. Feel stupid. Let's find it and give it to the guy. In and out.
I've always wanted to poke around in here. We got it. I'm gonna sell all I don't need. Came from there.
Unexpected sweet.
Get ready. Where's one? Nice hit. Got him all. The control room should be off to the right. Hope we're doing the right thing. Here we go!
Oh.
Might as well go up.
Unauthorized person.
That's the last of them!
Power plant isn't significant in doesn't work. 22%. Let's try to fix that. Or at the very least explore. I'm trying to do side quests before doing a main quest in case you fuck over and I can't do them anymore. Gotcha. Okay, that's locked.
Gross investment.
That's the last of them! Down they go! Here they come! They're not getting through!
Almost kill me. Let's save. I don't want to do this all over again. And it's gone. Nah, it's not worth the effort to actually track down.
Not real. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real.
Let's go down then.
You're not real. You're not real.
Oh. Yeesh. Think I can repair it.
Get away! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot! Scram!
Calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You were an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you work on this mechanical, you must know a way to start them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can't deal with mechanicals. I made it this far, didn't I?
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanical follow the behavior of the logic module. Someone tamper with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where I can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I wanted to ask you something.
The tail. definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
This plate looked abandoned for a while. What happened?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
I should go. Finally got all them up. This is that. Might as well clear this place out when I'm at it. Just, you know, experience and all. Select the target. Nice. It's mostly for lockpick and hack. Okay. It's useful.
Security patrol initiated.
They do die a lot easier.
Security actions. Exiting security info.
And now we just watch.
Security threat eliminated.
Ooh. Meh. There, no longer in combat. I didn't forget about you. Let's explore the rest of this place. Stretching my ear.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Alt reset.
Alright, you didn't really help. You run away, more like it. Alright, that should help. Oh, just... yeah, same place. There's still some parts that are not working. So. Nope. Hopefully that would do it. I think that done it. It's not supposed to get out. Alright, so check efficiency.
Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Will you tell me Edgewater's going to die without its worker in power?
That sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
The deserter community can't just destroy what they build.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
I see your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Plant statues. Let's not do that one yet. Nah, that's something cool. But yeah, I'm going to do side quests before doing the main quest. I want to sell some of my stuff before I...
Something I can help you with? Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Should be good for a little while.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
That is your lucky day, Thomas. I got one of those data pads you want.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Part 1. Found in Community Center Archive.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Well done. I got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2. Found it in a cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
Hold on. I got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
The elusive Part 3. Someone stashed it away inside the old geothermal plant.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set! All 3 parts! I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen! Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
She go. Alright, let's start with Adelaide.
I'm listening.
I should go. I know there was something I could get to get a special ending for those groups, so it's been a while though. But I do know it exists somewhere. Oh, there it is. Maybe I got something more to talk to her about.
I'm listening.
No? painting them to me on more friendly term. I mean, could be the reason. Might as well explore a little bit of the town. Because I remember having a conversation about her that changed the ending of this. It's been so long though, I don't remember how I did to do it. Maybe it's in a computer and I missed something? I guess I could do that. In and out, easy XP. Super easy since the robots are dead too. Like, last quest for this episode. Nice. I got what I wanted, so I'm out.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. Oh.
Bring us honor, soldier.
You mentioned a magic logic module? I found one in the geothermal plant.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoy, and we're going to be see each other next time, alright? Bye.